thank you for the books again, but thank you for the readers, people coming in. So please make sure you're sitting in the right place. Okay, so I've seen you over here, eyes wide.
I was trying to answer the question, is what should I do? Is it possible to move away from knowledge? Everyone thinks more knowledge will help us, more measurable thing will help us. I'm questioning this today, and if we can do that together, if you're interested in this, that'd be wonderful.
Everybody, like from when they're born, and from the kind of family existence they have, from their kind of genetic makeup, maybe their neurodiversity, their educational experiences, if they have any kind of belief systems that are in their society or within their family, this creates mindsets and kind of paradigms, which are the kind of way that we see the world. It's almost like the kind of the lens through which we look at the world. So I'm Deborah Curtis, and I am the creative director of The Great Imagining, which is a young person's invitation platform for imagining a greener, fairer, wiser future. I thought what was really interesting was with this living book format is that we enables a kind of a very accessible process where you have different kinds of audiences. And there's a moment where you have to speak your book to people who have very wide variety of knowledge or experience within the subject. The printed book format does that very well because as a reader you can go back and read it again, and you can look things up and you can kind of find ways of finding that accessibility. But in person you have to then find moments where the people who are sitting with you listening to your living book experience, what they're kind of catching hold of and where there might be a kind of knowledge gap. The digital world is obviously has a process where whilst it is possible to be one Google away from any bit of information, you don't accidentally come across things, and you don't accidentally bump into ideas or the juxtaposition of sentences that might be next to each other that might not necessarily be relatable in a short soundbite of something that you might get from a digital world. So, and none of that is any substitute for real life, real person, one-to-one conversation like we're having in here today. And I was learning as much from the group that we were sitting with as they were learning from me, which is the perfect kind of experience as far as I'm concerned, because this knowledge transfer is where our education system needs to be.
Today was really pinned to World Earth Day. One of the main aims really of today was to value conversation. We may have a very unique subject discipline and passion, but sharing that and having a conversation around that
can lead to new insights and new understandings and new knowledge. Bringing together these very disparate and very different entities, but actually we have a common goal of betterment and understanding of the environment and people and social practices. You know, this rotunda space was the library originally in the 50s and the 60s, so in a way bringing a living library back to this is sort of reactivating that as a space. So that's sort of quite significant. And also for me, this building surrounding the wildlife felt right for a World Earth Day event of what this is.